Hello and welcome to Conscious Consumerism, where we're thinking about our stuff. So after doing the 30-day minimalism game in January, we were on fire at the end, and that fire has continued into decluttering in the days and weeks that followed. So here at the end of February, we have a February declutter update, and we might do this every month depending on how the decluttering keeps on going. So I have here our handy box of stuff, and I'll just briefly go through what's in there and why we don't need it anymore and probably shouldn't have bought it in the first place. So let's jump right in. So first up, I have this small pouch I used to keep my cards and cash. It used to be my wallet. But my husband got me a nice one for Christmas, and so I don't need this anymore. We have these hangers. Now, to be honest, we probably still have some more that we could get rid of, but we're starting small because we don't want to have to repurchase them later. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that we will declutter at this time. We also don't want to encourage buying more clothing, and so that's another reason to get rid of those hangers, so that it's not as convenient to store more clothing. All right, we have this black basket that used to be in our bathroom. We have started to like the look of a more minimal bathroom setup, so this decluttering thing kind of changes the aesthetic you like. More negative space is nice. So this was on the edge of our bathtub. The other thing is our baby has started pulling things down and standing up a lot, and so this was probably going to end up in the tub every time she took a bath. So inside this basket is some California white sage. This was a stocking stuffer for my husband, actually, because he likes to burn incense, and I thought he might like this. He doesn't. And so we'll declutter it while somebody else might still get use out of it. They're pretty much, unused except for the one time my husband tried it and did not like the smell. There's this comb as well. I don't know how this missed the first declutter because I got a fancy hairbrush early on and a comb, and don't need this one. It's also a little bit broken. Has some sharp edges there. A calculator, which again, I believe my husband has had since school, like grade school. Who uses these anymore? I don't know. I don't even know if this functions, so we don't need that. 2 kitchen textured peelers. We still have the other one. It's a set of 3, but these ones are just not very practical. They don't actually do much other than, they're just difficult to use. And then a hair tie. I have since found my favorite type of hair tie and don't need any of those ones. A flower planting pot that doesn't have any drainage holes. A thermometer. So we got this with the idea of using it for our baby, but it doesn't seem like it's very accurate. So we've decided to just use our normal thermometer with the probe covers, and as recommended for babies, take her temperature rectally, which means in her behind. Anyway, so if you're having a baby, probably don't bother getting one of those forehead ear thermometers. If you already have a normal one, just put it in their butt. Okay. So this piece of home decor, we liked it at the time, but again, our home aesthetic has changed, and I think both my husband and I would prefer a less cluttered look. We're still working on that. Maybe at some point we'll show you some footage of what our living room typically looks like. Keep in mind we have a baby, so it's a mess. But we're working on it. More negative space, less clutter. Hopefully somebody will find this and it'll fit their aesthetic perfectly, and it'll be a good find for them. But not for us anymore. This pillow was part of a set of like a baby mat and like an archway, one of those. Maybe we'll put a picture of it in here. I know I'm just making more work for my husband later, but there we go. She actually never used this one, and I don't see that future babies would use it either. We have other pillows that work better, because this one's a little small and kind of tends to slide around. So I'm going to declutter that. We have a bunch of baby kind of bandana type bibs. Is this? No, that's just folded over. So we have some of these. We just find that when she does use a bib, we use the more traditional, like the full size ones, and that's just really when she's eating. I guess these are for drool, but I just don't know if she just doesn't drool that much yet. Maybe we'll regret decluttering these when she really starts teething in earnest. I think she's already started, and been for a couple of months now, but she just doesn't use them. We just haven't used them with her, so hopefully we don't regret that later, but we just don't need those at this time. Only a couple more items, so don't worry. The next one is this kind of folder that has a zip pocket here, a notebook inside, pen holder. I mean, it's a very nice professional setup portfolio here that I never use. And we actually got it with some school supply funds. I mean, we didn't actually pay for it with our own money, which I think was the reason we got it. And I did think I would use it, but turns out that I don't. Recently started bullet journaling this year, and that's enough paper scheduling, note-taking for me, and this is excessive. So hopefully I think I have somebody in mind who might actually like this a lot. So we'll see if we can rehome that one. Oh, there are some more items than I realized. The next one is this giant mini muffin tin. So we've used it a couple times and discovered it's just more inconvenient than it's worth. We'd probably rather make either a loaf of whatever muffin mix we're doing, like a banana bread, or regular sized muffins. And if they're too big, I mean, you can always cut them in half, rather than using these tiny muffin tins and then having to clean them out individually, scoop them out, spray them all. Well, we don't actually have an oil sprayer, so we would actually, brush them with oil. It's just a whole inconvenient situation. So hopefully somebody who really likes mini muffins will find that and appreciate it. We have these towels. They're very thin, microfiber, quick dry travel towels that are really just not very functional. So we don't need that anymore. We have these flight books. My husband was saying they're out of date anyway, so if he was to take a test associated with these, he would have to get the new books anyway. So there was a time that he was studying for whatever that test is called. I don't know what we could do with them. I don't know if anybody would find those interesting, but we'll declutter them somehow. My husband has updated. He is a pilot, and he just needed that to get fixed wing ratings because he used to fly the most technologically advanced helicopters that exist. The Apaches that have some kind of number and qualification that I don't really know, but they're the most technologically advanced. Now, the last item is this very large Tupperware that we haven't used for a long time. We have some smaller, more practical ones. If we ever go to someone's, house for dinner, which probably won't happen for a long time given the current condition of the world, we have other containers that we can use to bring things, and we don't need this one. But it's still in good condition, so somebody else could get use out of it if it is one of their needs. So we'll hopefully donate that, and it'll find another home. So that wraps up our February additional declutter. So maybe we'll speed through the footage of me putting all this back in here, and I'll count the items and let you know how many there are after I'm done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 10 hangers, that would be 31.
So in total, that was 31 items that we've decluttered in February. Stay tuned if you want to see what was brought into our house in February, if this video goes out first, or maybe you've already seen that if this video's gone out after that. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, feel free to subscribe, like the video if you like following along with these things, if it helps you keep accountable. That's why we're here doing it. Leave a comment if you decluttered this February as well. Maybe some of you are doing the 30-day game in February, or I guess it would be a 28-day game in that case. Anyway, we'd love to hear from you. Love to have you around. So until next time, bye for now.